there princesses, so today's declutter is going to be our base products, so that's going to be foundations, powders, concealers, primers and things like that. I've already made a head start, of course, and separated some stuff that I know that I don't want out already, so all of the things that are over here, and then left in some of the things that I'm thinking that I want to keep, but I'm going to have a secondary go through everything as well. So base products is something that I generally try to keep pretty clear. I did have a lot more than this, and I've already gotten rid of quite a few. So things like the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation, this one actually was sold and then the person never actually bought it, so that can, I guess, go back in the pile. But also like the EX1 Invisiwear foundation, that one has just, it's sold really quickly, so they're already gone. So I'll start with the stuff that I already know that I'm not keeping. So I'll start off with some of the more little things. I've got the Sem Tip Concealer. This one wasn't the right colour, it wasn't a very good formula, there was nothing that I particularly loved about it, so that one is definitely going. The same with this Body Shop Matte Primer. This one actually wasn't mine, it was my sister's, but nonetheless I tried it and didn't really like it, so it's going. This is just an empty compact case, so this is the Up W Wonder Daily Wonder case. It's got the corgis on the front, and I really love this, but I don't really like Up's products. So if you guys know of anything else that fits into the Up cases, I mean, I'd really like to keep it because I do like it. So same with the Stylelander case. This is totally empty and clean, so I can actually put other stuff in this, but I have this beautiful case and just nothing to do with it because I can't find anything. Stylelander doesn't really make refills for it. It's just the strangest thing ever. The Stylelander case I'm definitely keeping because, like, look at that. And then this one I also love, but I think it's probably gonna be put up for like $1 for someone who wants the pretty casing. I've got a few foundations. So the first one is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. I got this one in the shade Pale, which is a good tone, but it's way too light. I tried this at my palest and it was still way too light. So definitely going to be going to somebody else. Great foundation. No, actually that's a lie. I didn't like this one. I've had so many that I've forgotten. So this one, it was like, wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. I think it stuck to a lot of dry patches and that really bothered me, so no. The Up BB Maker in the shade Light Beige. I actually quite like this one, but I just never reached for it in comparison to anything else, so it could get more love somewhere else. The Up Triple Wear foundation in the shade Frozen. This one I liked the formula, but I didn't like the colour. It wasn't quite yellow enough, it just looked a little bit too pink and bright, so this one will go to somebody else, although I do recommend the formula for this one. The 3W Clinic foundation. This is terrible. Do not buy it. Unless you're buying it off me, in which case please buy it for $1. The Bobbi Brown Intensive Skin Serum foundation in the shade Alabaster. This one is a painful sale because it is expensive. I bought it when I was in Lyon, and it just, I don't really like the formula. So I still have the receipt from it as well because I tend to keep the receipts for more expensive purchases. It was 47.5 euros. So it was up there in terms of like a foundation. So I do enjoy the colour. When I did try this again when I was more pale, like the NYX one, and it was a really good colour, but I didn't enjoy the longevity of the formula. I just don't really vibe that well with Bobbi Brown products, which is such a shame because they do make a really nice colour for me. And then you guys would have recently seen this one. It is the Cleo Nudism Velvet Wear Foundation. I did decide to put this up for sale just because it's not the perfect colour, and in comparison to the other products that I do have over here, it just wasn't up to scratch. So why keep it and use it halfway and then decide, you know, that I don't want it anymore. So this one is going. It's nice that it's still in the box as well. So then we've got the rest of the drawer. So this is still seeming pretty full. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 foundations in here still. A couple primers, a couple concealers, and a couple powders. So actually overall there isn't a huge amount of stuff, just because there are quite a few different categories. So for concealers, I'm going to keep my Up Moist Creamy Concealer. This one's in the shade Frozen and it's a really great shade, as well as the Pony Effect Cover Up Pro Concealer in the shade Fair. So this one is a really thick creamy texture. It goes well underneath foundations and it's really high coverage. This one is a little less coverage, but it's better for touching up over the top of foundations. I've got 4 different primers. I've got my Misha Glow Balm, which I really like. It smells delightful and it makes my skin look really lovely, so I'm definitely keeping that. Same with my two other primers from 3CE. These are the Back to Baby primers, the Glow Beams. One is white and one is pink. I'm thinking that I might maybe get rid of this pink one. So I'm going to put it in a special pile, which means that I have to go and try it out. Like you can see some blushes over here. Those are already in the pile. So that one is going to go in the maybe. I adore this white one, so this is definitely staying. And then I come to the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. Now, I just do not see anything special with this whatsoever. I got a mini because, you know, I thought that would be more logical than getting the full size, which it absolutely is. So, yeah, I'm going to put that in the maybe pile as well because it just doesn't do that much for me. I've got my compact case of the Stylander that's just pretty, so that's going to stay. I have my Hourglass Ethereal Light Ambient Lighting Powder. That one is starting to flatten out nicely. Love it. And then also just Inhale the Dust, my Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, which I love. I've got quite a few cushion puffs. I've got 9 ones that I've just cleaned, and then another 2 in here. And then I've also got 2 beauty blenders. So I kind of... Oh, and this Holika Holika Cookie Puff. I like all of these though, and they are not disposable, but I mean, if I use them enough, then I'll eventually get rid of some. So I think I'm going to keep all of them for now. And then we come to the foundations. So I've got 3 cushions. I've got the Laneige cushion. This is the Pore Control in number 11. I really enjoy this. Then I've got the Lily by Red Esteban Loves You. And I think that I might actually pop that one in the get rid of pile just because it's really, really lovely and everything. It's just not quite the right colour, and I just have so many other foundations right now. And I was kind of thinking the same with this Up Hue Wonder Pack as well. So this one is the Fox print. It's the last one left out of the 3 that I did get. So I think I might put both of these products in the maybe pile as well. And then we come to foundations. So I've got the NARS Sheer Glow in Siberia, definitely keeping that. It is super gross and old, but it's perfect colour. Got the Anasui Liquid Foundation in the shade 100, which I also, again, really love. The Etude House Double Lasting Serum Foundation in the shade Y03 Ivory. Love that. Same with the Holika Holika Hardcover Glow Foundation. Mine is in the shade number 1, which I think is Warm Ivory. Also love that. Then I've got 3 that I'm kind of a bit meh on. The Malmonde All Star Foundation, this one is in the shade 13. Generally, I do like this, and it is quite a small tube, so I feel like I would try and actually just use this up rather than selling it or anything. And then I've got the Misha Radiance Foundation. This one is in the shade CR21, and I feel like I quite like this one. I just don't love it as much as the others. And then the Peri Peri Ink Drop BB. That one's going to go in the maybe pile because it always oxidizes on camera. But in reality, it's not that bad. I also have a couple things that are in a tiny little travel bag. So I've got my Espoir little mini foundation. I still love that. It's just in a travel bag at the moment because it's travel sized. And I've also got an Hourglass loose powder, which is in the travel bag too. Those ones I'm not considering getting rid of because they have their place and their purpose, which is in the travel bag. So whenever I have to stay overnight somewhere, I just pick up the one bag and it's good to go. So I think that's going to be it for the foundations at the moment. So that really clears it up a lot. Wow, that's a lot clearer. So we will see with all of these ones in the corner if I'm going to keep them or not. But otherwise, this is what we have got for the start of 2020. If you guys have any questions about anything that you see in this video, leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.